we got news that we have won the Asahi deal. A remarkable deal. And you know what? A lot of people rightfully should be given credit for it. But I will go ahead and say, when nobody was looking, Sarona and 27 people were sitting there and going ahead and performing. That is working hard. And because of that, today, we got the deal. I'll also talk about working smart, because it's not just hard. And that's sort of a learning for me as well. When we first came in, I think there were systems, processes. It could have been better. The question was, how do you go ahead and make it better? And again, because of people sitting here, when we now start talking about RFS and CRM, we know what we are talking about. The biggest compliment that I take is when leaders who have joined us of a more recent vintage go ahead and say, you know what, it's not as good as the company that they're coming from. And I take so much of pride, because at a point in time, we might not have been where we are right now. So, you work hard, you work smart, you work towards an outcome. But as I said then, I think I've said it many a times, I think you got to play the game. You have to be the person in the arena. You have to be that man in the arena. I mean, you cannot go ahead and sit back and go ahead and just critique. And that, for me, has been a phenomenal sense of change which I have seen within this organization. I do not see anybody shying away from getting into a deal and going and saying, we are going to win it. And that's because we have got into the deals. We have won some. We have lost many. But we have never gone ahead and pointed fingers when we have lost. Yes, as I said, I am guilty as charged of possibly moving the line a little bit more than I should have. One thing I will go ahead and take satisfaction from is if we failed, when we failed, that was not the time in which we raised our tone. And I feel that is important for us to continue internalizing. Just stay in the game. Be like the Asahi team. Go ahead, keep fighting. Be that man in the arena. And you'll fail, but you get up. And then you'll fail, and then you get up. And then you'll fail again. And then again if you get up. 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 will happen. That's what I wanted to share. I say this again, that I am very satisfied for the business performance, for all that I said. But I'm also so happy and so, as I told the board, at peace, because the leadership team, led by Manas, I think is so strong. I believe it's one of the strongest teams in the industry. You all have amazing role models. And we have all seen them at work for a period of time. I have worked so closely with Manas over the last close to 3 years. The capability, the energy, what he brings to every interaction is something which is a learning exercise for all of us. The EMC, Bappa, Maliga, you just feel comfortable. At any point in time, I just feel so much at peace, because I am truly, behind, because these guys have been running the organization, the leadership team, the service line heads, my office, the geo heads. Vishal, Anindya, Dinesh has joined us, and I have had the opportunity of working for Dinesh. And I know what sort of strength we have now across all three geographies. So that sense of satisfaction, that immense sense of, I would say, it's like a shift, right? When I again shared this many years back in the town hall, the CEO is an important role, of course. The fish moves in the direction of the head. The head is the CEO. I get that. I'm not going to go ahead and try to say, okay, it's not a transition. But you know that you have a team, you have a leader who is going to take it forward, not just in the same speed, but actually go ahead and take it off. That is the confidence I have. That is, I would say, the piece I leave behind. Yes, I am excited about my next gig. I will move out to the US and so on and so forth. But see, that's for the next gig. Here, now, I leave ITC Infotech in a place which has business momentum, a great set of leaders, an amazing set of clients, and each one of you that will take ITC Infotech to the next orbit and beyond. And I'll just go ahead and end by saying thank you. Thank you very much. Just tell them I'm leaving. So, right, okay. I just wanted to let you know because you know how things are and organized. So very consciously, I'm going to step out now. Okay. it is. Okay, after 2 minutes I will leave. Okay, 2 minutes I will leave, but I will very consciously step out because now Manas and the leadership team is going to take the organization, describe the future. And it is only right that I'm not in the room. Okay, I will go ahead and have high tea, coffee with you guys. Okay, just sort of to give you guys that.
Thank you, Sudip, for your invaluable leadership and all that you've enabled for ITC Infotech. We have a very small memory that we want to share with you. There's a small note of gratitude from all of us, and I would like to invite Manas to share that on our behalf.
Very rarely I have come to give a flower to you. I really want to thank Sudip on behalf of all of us. I still remember first time when I met him, first time when we came to the old campus, there was a review. Jasmine, Anurag, and it was, guys, this will not go out from your life, RFS CRM. The discipline, the rigor, Sudeep, I haven't even seen in Infi or Mindtrees, which actually used to be there, but and also without the right systems and support. That's the core. So, Sudeep, what you have done for this team, lot of them may not know it because you have done from the backside, but the way you have made it happen, so many complex problems which never came to them get sorted out at your level. The umbrella what you have provided these people to perform. Sincere thanks and gratitude to you.
I am the one. Thank you.
So much to learn and so much to fulfill. Thank you. Very rarely I used to have cheat sheets in my hand. We go for so many big deal defenses presenting in front of chairman, but you can understand this is so important. I don't want to miss points which I should be covering today. First town hall for me as a CEO designate. That also taking from Sudip, no pressures. The remarkable journey what he has laid us in last 4 or 5 years, you heard it out from him. 2000 crores to we will be nearly 5,000 crores. It's an exemplary journey. And I don't know how many of you realized when I first came here, I had asked Anurag, how do you run this? This gentleman said, I told you before the joining itself. But Jesmond did not tell me everything. Though jokes apart, the amount of information which you need in real time to run an organization, if I relate it in a normal layman term, we all have a budget to run our house. We all need to get a salary which we get, which is quite predictable in nature. If you don't get a predictable salary, how do you plan for your next month? The gentleman who just left the stage now has ran it like this years after years, achieving 18% plus EBITDA profitability to be the best profitable organization in IT industry. Kudos to him. That is what I experienced here in my previous role as COO. Then definitely we have changed a lot. Lot of new faces came into this organization, integrated very well with the old people or the people who are working already in the organization. And today here we are, which I will show you a little later, one of the best performing mid-sized company. You all should be proud and loud about it. 14% CAGR till last year, which is like in the top 3. Yes, there are couple of organizations ahead of us. And what is the objective and goal for all of us going forward is actually to reach that number 1 position. Because a third boy in a room or a second in a room doesn't make much value because the gold medal only goes to the topper. And to all my fellow colleagues, we all need to make this happen together. No one person can alone make it happen. Whenever we are successful in our life, I always try to correlate, that is my ways of working, to my life which is outside, to the life which is professional. Because please understand, there is no two sides of the coin. So if I cannot make my home a sweet home if my kids, my wife, we all are not together. We all understand that. So this place cannot be a place if we all are not together, tied to a single goal and objectives. I don't know how many of you have read this book, Smell of the Place by Sumantra Ghoshal, Harvard professor. Please read that book.
He spoke about the fact that out of the 604 international innings he played, he did not score a 410 of them. And that's not the point. The point is, what did you learn when you didn't score a 50? How did you go ahead and take that into the next innings, to say? And I would say ITC Infotech saw its set of challenges. As any organization, any ecosystem does, it saw its set of challenges. We had COVID, in which it was a tough phase for everyone. We lost a number one account, and it could have been easy in either of those situations, and there were many more, to just go ahead and say, shit happens. But what I take great pride in having a ringside view to how each one of you went ahead and went above and beyond. The DXP services deal which was struck, the architects are here in this room, is a deal in which we leveraged the PTC ecosystem partnership which has been there for 20 plus years and then took it to the next orbit. We now are the number one PLM partner globally for PTC. The BAT deal, I think that is for you. The BAT deal, which has been a traditional number one account for us, was stuck at a particular for ITC Infotech, was around 100 crores. When Bappa presented the quarterly results to the board, for the given quarter, we have exceeded that number. So that's four. The applause is for you all. I think that's not just 4x. And now, 3 years back, when the ITC group, like it will announce its results today, they have started featuring ITC Infotech. Because you need to perform. And I think we performed. That is important to again internalize. You do something, you'll get the results. There was some feedback in another town hall saying that, we should go ahead and go inorganic. And again, the question is, first you got to get a foundation right. We got the foundation right. And guess what? The group, the board, is always, was always, is always, and will always be behind us. And we got place plan. And I'm sure that just sets the stage for something which is going to be far bigger later down the stream. So, from over here is, I started with failure. And what do you do with failure? I'm a big fan of Rahul Dravid.